Is it possible to use numbers to find the best goalkeeper of all time? If I asked you to name the greatest keeper of all time, what would your answer be? It's something I've wondered about many times, so I thought, what if I could use numbers to figure this out once and for all? What if we create a scoring system based on data and statistics over years of games to determine who is the greatest goalkeeper of all time? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Well, I did just that, and to my surprise, I found a goalkeeper so good that I can without a doubt call him the greatest goalkeeper in the history of football, and no one else even comes close. The goalkeeper. The role in the team some call the living wall. And some call him the crazy one. Having a good goalkeeper is crucial because a good keeper can literally make or break the game. But how do you separate a good from a bad goalkeeper? I wanted to create a point system that would separate the bad from the good and the good from the legendary. So to do that, the system had to end up giving points that would differentiate goalkeepers from each other. I call the total score each goalkeeper would end up with a career score. The bigger the score, the better the keeper he is. For this project, I chose the 40 best goalkeepers of all time. To give you an idea of how this scoring system works, let's take a look at a career score of a legendary goalkeeper like Petr Cech. He had a very long career and played 907 matches. He played for big teams and managers and won Premier League, Champions League and many other trophies. In total, he had 297 clean sheets, 813 goals conceded, and had 21 penalty saves. He also ended up with 7 top 3 positions in the IFFHS Goalkeeper of the Year. All this gave Cech a total score of 654.5. Another example is a very good goalkeeper like Victor Valdez got a total career score of 471. For two average examples, we have Kasper Schmeichel with 374 points and Roman Weidenfeller with 215 points. But how did I end up with these career scores? First of all, we counted how many games each goalkeeper played. I believe that a goalkeeper's ability to stay at the top of his game for an extended period of time deserves recognition. For each game played, I gave 0.5 points. That means that if a goalkeeper has played 100 games, they will get a well-deserved 50 points. Next, I wanted to reward the most important part of goalkeeping, what is considered the golden standard of goalkeeping: clean sheets. For every game a goalkeeper left the field without conceding a goal, he was awarded 0.6 points. So if he had 100 clean sheets, that would be a total of 60 points. Of course, we cannot ignore the goals that were conceded. It was important to hold the goalkeepers accountable for the goals they let through. For each goal conceded, we deduct 0.3 points. The reason for this was to not be too harsh and to make sure it didn't exceed the points they earned from matches played. Many goalkeepers have played for their national teams at various levels, even going to a lower level at the end of their careers, and should not be punished harshly for that. I then counted goals conceded per game, which is an indicator of a goalkeeper's consistency. For every goal per game conceded, the system deducts 110 points. This means that if they conceded an average of 1 goal per game, they were deducted 110 points. I also reward goalkeepers with good reflexes, so overall save percentage was a key metric. I gave 2.5 points for every percentage point they achieved, so if a goalkeeper had a career save percentage of 75%, that's a total of 187.5 points. Next, I wanted to give points to the goalkeepers who had amazing one-on-one skills. One-on-one situations in active play were difficult to measure, as not all goalkeepers had data on this, but I gave 2.5 points for every penalty saved, which felt like a good replacement. I also wanted to add a metric for keepers who were very good at the top. Therefore, the IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper of the Year was a good measurement to reward players who maintained good consistency throughout the season. For each first place in, I gave 30 points, second place gets 15 points, and third place gets 9 points. Then we gave points to becoming world champion. Winning the FIFA World Cup is the highest possible achievement a footballer can do. Therefore, 10 points were given to win the WC. And if they also get the golden gloves inside the tournament, they will receive an additional 15 points. I also gave 5 points for winning the Champions League as well, and 2.5 points for league titles such as the Premier League, La Liga, and national cups and other trophies. And finally, I have a fun twist. I've also added goals scored and assists made. Some goalkeepers have scored incredible goals and perhaps more have made good assists. For every goal or assist they got, I awarded them 1 point, because it's a good showcase for their versatility. Now, let's get to the results. The first category is games played. As I said, we rate longevity very high. Unsurprisingly, we find Gianluigi Buffon. He had a crazy game total of 1,151 games played. Buffon got 460.4 points for that. Also, Iker Casillas comes in second with 1,048 games and 419.2 points. And at third place, we have Pepe Reina with 927 and 370.8 points. At clean sheets, we find Gianluigi Buffon out on top again with 303.6 points after 506 clean sheets, and Iker Casillas second with 440 clean sheets and a total of 264 points. At third place, we find Petr Cech at 397 clean sheets, which got him 238.2 points. In goals conceded, we make a point deduction. Emiliano Martinez reigns supreme with an impressive 0.76 goals per game, having conceded only 212 goals in 280 matches. This got him the least point deduction of -83.3. Alisson follows closely with 0.80 goals per game, which gives him -87.9 points, while Dida records 0.81 goals per game and ended up with -89.4. The legendary Yashin's 0.81 goals per game ties him with Dida, though some stats raise doubts and are inconsistent counted for by FIFA. In terms of save percentage, Dida, over the course of 551 games, boasts an impressive 80% save rate and got 200 points. Edwin van der Sar's remarkable career spans 821 games, maintaining a commendable 79% save percentage, giving him 197.5 points. And Petr Cech's enduring career of 907 games exhibits a consistent 78% save rate, which got him 195 points. Notably, David Seaman, with fewer matches than Petr Cech, equally scored an impressive 78% save percentage and got 195 points. However, it's surprising to find David De Gea with a lower save percentage of 72%, a figure that stands in contrast to the other exceptional goalkeepers in this elite group, and got him only 180 points. At penalty saves, we find Gianluigi Buffon's proficiency places him in third position, having saved an impressive 39 penalties and got 97.5 points for this. However, standing tall above the others, Handanovic boasts an astonishing 43 penalty saves, solidifying his status as the penalty expert with an incredible track record. He got 107.5 points. Meanwhile, at only 24 years old, Gianluigi Donnarumma has already accumulated 19 penalty saves, surpassing the numbers achieved by iconic goalkeepers like Edwin van der Sar, Oliver Kahn, and David De Gea throughout their entire careers. But this category is not done. Making this video, I had to dig deep, and we came over some legends of the game. One of them, Lev Yashin, and he remains a topic of awe and intrigue. According to FIFA, Yashin's tally exceeds a staggering 150 penalty saves. His legacy in the realm of penalty saves is unparalleled, elevating him to an extraordinary level. They also can count for 430 games for his career. That's a penalty saved every third match, and in my point system, that made him 375 points. I don't know about that one. When it comes to the prestigious IFFHS World's Best Male Goalkeeper Awards, the top 3 places are filled with legendary names. In third place, we have Iker Casillas, who got a total of 174 points from his third, second and first place in this award, with Manuel Neuer earning a notable 195 points. But at the top stands none other than Gianluigi Buffon, who has an impressive total of 267 points from 5 wins, 6 second places and 3 third places. In the FIFA World Cup triumphs, a notable group of goalkeepers have won this tournament. Fabien Barthez, Oliver Kahn, Victor Valdez, Pepe Reina, Hugo Lloris, Emiliano Martinez, Gianluigi Buffon, Iker Casillas, Manuel Neuer, Dida, Roman Weidenfeller, and Ricardo Taffarel all stand to get 10 points each for their victory. However, it's worth mentioning that some of these goalkeepers, like Reina and Valdez, achieved their World Cup wins with Casillas and Neuer, respectively, guarding the net in other matches. This highlights one of the potential weaknesses in the point system. Out of these keepers, 7 won the Golden Gloves during the World Cup. One that isn't mentioned before is Michel Prudhomme, who was one of the true legends of the game. He won the Golden Gloves with Belgium. All that won this got 15 points. But when we talk about the Golden Gloves in the World Cup, we've got to mention Ochoa, the Mexican Wildcat. In terms of the Champions League, there is a decent amount who won this several times. Iker Casillas and Valdez won CL 3 times and got 15 points each. Dida and Van der Sar won 2 times and got 10 points, and then several others won 1 time. But I want to mention Fabien Barthez, who won the Olympique Marseille in 1993. In the other trophies category, we find Peter Schmeichel on 3rd place with 62.5 points, Buffon 2nd with 65 points, and Neuer on top with 75 points. Lastly, we have the fun category, goals and assists. This was such a fun category to deep dive in. Many keepers have actually assisted and scored goals. I've combined both goals and assists into 1 point score. Schmeichel got 6 points with 3 goals and 3 assists. Edwin van der Sar got 6 points for 1 goal and 5 assists. Ederson got 5 points for 5 assists. But out on top, we find the crazy one, Neuer. With his sweeping style, there is no wonder that he got 7 assists. But hold on, there is someone missing. Chilavert, another old legend of the game, got a shocking 57 goals in his career. 57. We can call him a set-piece expert since he scored 17 free kicks and 9 penalties in this career as a goalie. Most memorable, he did this in the World Cup of 1998. But you know the craziest part? He isn't the goalie with the most goals. Because Rogerio Ceni scored 132 goals. He was the go-to free kick shooter out of his team Sao Paulo, and his most memorable one was in the derby against Corinthians, where he did this.
Rogerio Ceni vai para a cobrança. O Rogério olha, vê por onde ela pode passar. Partiu o Rogério, pé direito na bola, passou pela barreira.
But with that goal, we settle the rankings of all stats we measured. Who came out as the best goalkeeper of all time? After adding all the numbers together, here is the top 40 keepers we can finally reveal as the greatest goalkeepers of all time. At the bottom of the list, we see a few keepers that are still active today. Donnarumma, Alisson, Martinez. We see Pepe Reina, Julio Cesar, Jan Black, and Courtois. They're doing pretty good despite that they're not done with their careers. And then we enter the legendary level. Peter Schmeichel close up to 600 points, Oliver Kahn, Edwin van der Sar, Petr Cech all over 600 points. But then we get to the final 2. With 2nd place, we have Iker Casillas with over 800 points, 440 clean sheets in 1,048 games. But he is not alone, because Manuel Neuer is crushing everyone with over 816 points. The Bayern Munich legend, which has made 864 games and 390 clean sheets, 30 trophies, and... oh, wait, there's one missing. Of course, Gianluigi Buffon is in a completely different league on his own. With all the respect to Iker Casillas, Buffon is crushing his opponents in terms of this point system. Buffon outscores the closest guy with 220 points, which is the whole score of Jordan Pickford's career and then some. Out of the 13 categories, Buffon ranked first 5 times and top 3 7 times. The clean sheets, penalty saves, the trophies, the golden gloves, the longevity. The only category Buffon doesn't rank high on is the Champions League, and we all remember that one.
Ronaldo coming in at the far post, there's the chance, was that a push? Michael Oliver says penalty! What about that for drama? Who's he sending off? I think it's a red card for Gianluigi Buffon. Well, that is even more drama right at the end.
Let's go back to the result list really quick. If I asked you to rate the top 10 goalkeepers in football history, how close is this list? To be honest, I think it's pretty accurate. Now, one big surprise to the Manchester United fans out there, their keeper legend David De Gea didn't do too well in this system. We all know how good he was during his prime, and he makes me really think over some of the flaws of this point score system. But to be honest, he didn't get nominated for the IFFHS Goalkeeper of the Year award once. But we all know that Iker Casillas was the guy who was doing the dirty work in that team. The stats of Lev Yashin are somewhat inaccurate. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with this list. If you disagree, that's totally fine. Please share what keepers you think are missing, or if there are any changes you would like, please share them in the comments. Thank you. Oh, and if you like this video, you should probably watch this one.